Hello, welcome to Sheepdog Says. I'm Sheepdog, and I've got some good news today. It's not all doom and gloom like it was yesterday. I'm relieved to say that the baby's rashes did not turn out to be full-blown chickenpox. I don't know what it is, but it's not anything to worry about. It's not bothering him. It's just red blotches. We think it's rosacea, something like that. He had a bit of a fever in the week. I think I mentioned that at the end of the video. Looking at it further, it fits the bill. And yeah, we're relieved to know that he won't be sort of quarantined and unable to fly. So that's a big, big relief. That's been a load off my mind today, as you can imagine. I did also work out that if we had to go with the plan of him coming later with my wife, it wasn't too bad. I checked. We have the insurance in place. We had it so that she could essentially claim back the flight out there and then use the same amount of money to buy a ticket out and use the same return. I didn't realise that when I was looking it up, and I was telling her it'd be whatever, and she said, I don't need a return, right? I can just fly back with you on the ticket I originally bought. And yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but it's all good. It's fine. So we don't need to do that, but even if we did, it's all good. We don't have a problem now. Very, very relieved. I am stuck though in one way. Got a really bizarre, I just hadn't thought about this. Kirsty had, but I being an idiot, I hadn't really thought about it. Baby formula, part and parcel of the baby being unwell recently is that his appetite had been off, and it affected his breastfeeding routine, and he'd kind of gone between the two all the time, and now he doesn't breastfeed because he just wasn't doing it when he was unwell, and now it's just not possible to kind of bring that back. Women who don't breastfeed for a while end up losing the ability to do so. So now we have to pack enough baby formula to last him the entire 2-week holiday, which is somewhere between 28 and maybe 34 bottles, depending on whether we can eliminate feeds and stuff. And I'm like, that's a full friggin' suitcase worth of baby milk. Because from what I understand, formula's not cheap in the States, and even if it was, it would be a problem to basically swap brands. He's had one brand of baby milk along with the breast milk his entire life. To switch it up would just cause no end of poo tsunamis. So, yeah, fun and games there, because now I'm being asked whether I really need to pack a pair of jeans, which I probably wouldn't need to wear on there, but I'm conscious of the fact that if it's, I don't know, night time, or I want to go somewhere slightly, I don't know, places might have I doubt they'd have policies on shorts, but you never know, and I might just feel really uncomfortable wearing them and feel like I want to wear a pair of jeans one day, but no, I can't, because there's no room in the suitcase. We have to suddenly balance it all out. We even talked about me wearing them on the flight, and then swapping into shorts as we get off the plane, or just before we get off the plane, so that I'm completely comfortable in Florida and have them with me, which seems like a plan, but it also seems like a massive faff over basically a pair of jeans. But no, it has definitely started making me evaluate what I really need to bring, which kind of leads me to a second point. I didn't really plan through what I was going to do with videos. I kind of assumed I'd record on my phone and then edit on my laptop, but then I'm like, am I bringing my laptop? Where's that going to go? I can put it in my bag, my carry-on bag. I guess I could fit the laptop, the Switch, the DS, and the phone dock charge thing in there. That's probably not too excessive, along with some comic books. I could just have a nerd bag that I carry on the airplane. But I hadn't really thought it through, and now I'm being, now I've got to stash a pair of shorts in there as well. I'm starting to think, am I going to be able to get away with it? I want to do videos while I'm out there, because A, I want to keep the channel going. I want to do the vlogs. I enjoy doing it. And B, I think it'd be nice to kind of capture what we've been up to and how we've enjoyed it, and just capture highlights, film little bits and bobs, get the kids' opinions of the days. I'm kind of thinking we could just do a recap each day of what we did. If they're in it because we're awake and we're all talking, then great. If they're not in it because they've gone to sleep and I'm just doing it before bed, then whatever. Just be fun to kind of keep a track of it, and then when we get back home and I've got that post-holiday blue, I can sit there and watch it back with the kids now and again, or whatever. I know it's a bit lame, but it'd be fun. It'd be a good way to enjoy our holiday in the future. I was going to do a Disney-themed video with Lambpup, and I've learned a valuable lesson about being a parent and being a man and talking to a daughter. 3 things I've learned. So I asked her to pick a top 5 favourite princesses, and I asked her if she'd thought about it, and I was going to do a bit of pre-prep before the video. And when she started rattling them off, she was like Cinderella, Snow White, Belle, and I'm going, what? And she's rattling off her list, and I'm like, no. You know, Frozen, Tangled, Princess and the Frog. They're the ones you grew up with. And she was like, oh, no, I don't really like Frozen anymore. And I'm like, what? And then because I questioned it, she got a bit defensive, and we had a bit of a, not a row, that's the wrong word, because she was just upset because I was basically like, but you've only seen Cinderella like once, whereas we've seen Tangled about 1 billion times. I couldn't even really tell you what happens in the film Cinderella, and so then she got outraged at that, and then Bosco wanted to join in, and he can. I didn't say no, but he was talking about it, but he didn't. Then had different opinions about this, that, and the other. And then I suddenly realised that A, she's getting older now, and being 9, she's got different opinions about what are the good ones and what are the bad ones than she did when she was a 5 or 6 year old. And secondly, and I should know this, I shouldn't. It feels weird saying it out loud because it's stating the obvious. I didn't notice that I basically said to her, "You get to do the princess video, yay, girl." And that made me feel really bad. I pointed it out to her and said, I'm sorry I did that, because frankly I should have just said, what are your top 5 films? Just seen most of them, you know. We got this Disney Life app and we're going through it, and there's a surprising number of films there that she's seen or we've seen as a family, and not all of them we'd realise were Disney. And Bosco hasn't seen as many, but we are fixing that with the Disney Life app. So he's learning all these new favourites and he's loving it. But yeah, Lambpup has seen all the main, you know, they've got their main, it's the film they bring out, and then like 3 or 4 years later they bring out another one, and I'm guessing Moana was like film number whatever, I can't even remember now. Moana still made the list, which I'm pleased to hear, because that is an awesome film. That is like up top. Someone on Twitter called it a god level film, and I'm like, yeah, I can agree with that. That film is fantastic. But I didn't realise how patronising I was being about it. And so we're going to do a video tomorrow, probably now, maybe the next day, depending on timings, where we do just a broad, we chat about Disney and debate about it, because they've got their opinions on what films are good. Bosco tells me that The Lion King is a film for babies and it's stupid and it's a baby film. I'm going to have words with him on that one, because I find that grossly offensive, and I feel like he probably needs to watch it, because I just can't handle that. I can't have that in my house, quite frankly. We watched Peter Pan tonight, which is another film where I've only ever seen it growing up, and I don't think I ever watched it all the way through. That and Jungle Book we watched yesterday, and both of them are they're really good. You know, these Disney folks back in the whatever it would have been, 60s, 70s. They knew what they were doing. You know, I reckon that company's going to go far based on these films so far. We started watching Dumbo earlier, which I have seen all the way through, but I don't remember the mid-end of it. I know they get drunk at some point, and I know that there's a weird sort of fire scene. I learned while watching it, we watched the start of it tonight, because I told Bosco that I enjoyed the beginning of it, Casey Jr., the train and all of that. And I realised early on that I think... I'm sure I've mentioned this on a video before, but if I haven't, I'll go into more detail on it in the future. But when I was a kid, a very young kid, I used to be afraid of imaginary clowns that were my enemies, and they used to scare the hell out of me, and I'd have nightmares about them. And when this film started up, there's all these pictures of, like, you know, starring so-and-so, voiced by, animated by so-and-so, and there's these clowns like, hey, holding up the banner. And at least 3 of them were a spitting image of these clowns that were haunting my nightmares for years. So I wonder whether I just watched Dumbo too much as a kid, and they maybe were the cause of some very, very fearful nightmares. But that was quite funny, realising that it was from that, because obviously I'm over it now. I'm cool. I can handle clowns. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Bosco thinks. I'm worried that he'll just go, I like Peter Pan, Jungle Book, and... you know, Dumbo, and we're going to watch Aladdin. So I'm worried he'll just list those 4, because they're literally the 4 he's just watched, plus Moana or something. But now he's realised Toy Story counts, and he really wants to watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I will let him at some point. I just said to him, there's no point watching it before we go, because there's not really anything to do with that there anymore. You know, 20 years ago, they'd have had a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids area, but I don't think it exists anymore. So that's that. But yeah, I had to apologise to Lambpup for being a bit of a plonker and thinking that because she's a girl she'd like to talk about princesses. I think really I wanted to talk about them because they're awesome films, but I shouldn't have pushed that on her, so I do feel bad. I'm more woke as a result. I'm not being serious by saying that, by the way. No, anyway, yeah, I will do that video. I pretty much ran out of stuff to say other than I'm very relieved the baby's fine, although I don't know how the heck we're going to feed him while we're away. Other than that, I just need to pack now. I've made a small pile of t-shirts that I want to wear while I'm away, and I need to find like enough underwear to last, but I don't really. It's weird packing because it feels like it's too. People say I'm taking a day off to pack, but it doesn't seem to take that long. I don't know. I could probably do it Saturday morning and be alright, but I'll probably be doing a video Sunday night going, I forgot this. I didn't bring a toothbrush. I didn't bring socks. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bit all over the place tonight, I know, but it's just been a bit of an odd evening. So yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Thanks very much for the comments on yesterday's video and the supportive messages about the baby. Let me know if there's any other tips about the webcam. It is seemingly doing well. I like this new setup I've got. I put the lamp over here today. There is a shadow behind me, but it's not too bad. I don't think there's any way to stop shadowing unless I had another lamp this side, I suppose. But then I'm going to end up with a room full of lamps, and that would be a bit weird. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.